Do you feel it? Do you feel it in the air? Do you feel it? Do you feel it?
Good morning, everybody. It's Michael DeGioia with the Affinity Legends of Wall Street Trading Room. Okay, got a couple of stocks going on today, guys. Okay, first one is a big one, INTTU, which is Intuit. Okay, which is basically the company that makes QuickBooks and a whole bunch of other software platforms. It is gapping up right up into this resistance area of a 1, 2, 3, 4 top resistance area. I would say that this is probably a really good setup for a check mark, meaning that it could fade down and then go back up. So the reason for that is that you not only are you gapping up into resistance, but then there's also a very close near area of support. So what that does, and you look at Intuit, because it's gapping way up into here, okay, way up into here, I think that potentially the only way it's going to break out is if it fades that range, and if it reverses at that area, that would be bullish. If it continues to fade, then bearish. Now, could it also just go straight up? It absolutely could. Okay, it could actually go up, just straight up. But I don't want to bank on that. Generally speaking, anybody who bought this stock since the end of August would probably be looking to take profit, and that would create the initial fade. That would also, and by the way, Dr. J adding that the imbalances are also very heavily weighted to the sell side, which means that there may be profit taking in the mix. SPLK, Splunk. Okay, guys, look at Splunk. Nice rounded bottom on the daily. Okay, Splunk is gapping up to 65.19. I think this is a fader. Splunk, 65.19. Guys, I think Splunk is heavily weighted in the direction of a fade, 65.19. It's gapping up into a prior resistance point. It's been up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. It's a very good setup for a novice gap fade. All right, guys. Just going to. By the way, I just want to show you for anybody who's here for right now. BBY was one that worked. Okay. CTRP worked. AMAG worked. NCRM worked yesterday. Those were all yesterday's plays. I mean, we were pretty much good across the board. All right, so I've run out of room. I'm just gonna, since it's the last day, I'm just gonna change this to blue. I'm gonna say SPLK fade. Okay, I'm also gonna say that INTU is a check mark. Okay, check mark, INTU, check mark, which means fade first, then go up. BMRN. BMRN is a gap and go down. It's already gapping below support. Okay, BMRN. I'm going to type it up here. BMRN. AKAM is a gap and go down. Okay, AKAM. So we got we got all 4 fades. I'd like to get something that's just long. VIPS. VIPS is probably a long. VIPS is a questionable long. Thank you, Phyllis. VIPs above 15. And A and F. Let's see, A and F. A and F. I think A and F goes up to 22.50 and then down. I got a long. Facebook, baby. Facebook is a 1, 2, 3 on the daily, guys. Okay, Facebook probably a 1, 2, 3 on the daily, meaning it's 1, 2, 3. So I have some longs. Facebook long. Okay, but remember, we usually buy the dip, wait for rip. Okay, so that's Facebook we got along, okay? Let's see, SUNE. Yeah, not for me, Jay, but I, certainly if it goes above the daily prior bar, I mean, it is interesting. It's just not my gapper. It's not my cup of tea. Let's take a look at FL. Foot Locker, big gap up. I mean, it's a gap up in a downtrend. So I'm going to say that's probably a fade, Foot Locker. Okay, FL fade. WSM. A lot of gap downs, man. Some gap ups, but they're all in downtrends. Well, WSM is a good gap and go down. WSM. Gap and go down. All right, guys, we got a lot of action. Okay, we got a lot of action. This is also a gap and go down. Okay, we got a lot of action. We got, oh, Nike. That stock's usually a good trading stock. Nike, gap and go up. That's a good long. I think that'll be a check mark because it's going to fade a little bit, but a lot of times Nike just gaps and goes long. A lot of times Nike, you just buy it and it rips because Nike will go up to 134. So be careful on the watch because it could fade. It could fade down to 130, 129, but otherwise it's a good gap and go long. Thank you for that one. Guys, GMCR is a good day two play. Me and Jed were talking about that. GMCR was a good, it's a good day two play, right? Meaning that it could either break down below the daily low or go back up to 52, right? And put in another double topping wick. It was in a big bearish downtrend, but it could be an interesting one just because of the volatility from yesterday. Okay, guys, market opening in 1 minute. Guys, I think SPLK is a very high chance of a fade. Just watch it here in the beginning. I think SPLK is just going to melt. Guys, look at the Splunkster. By the way, I'm still long Facebook and I'm still short the Splunkster. Splunk is ready to go down. There's clear air to the downside. Let's see if we can watch this. I'm going to start putting out some limit orders to cover. Okay, guys, putting out some limit orders to cover. Okay, I covered a little bit. I'm going to try to hold some. I only have 150 shares left. I had 300, but I probably could have got out. Unfortunately, my first trade today, I screwed up. And I instead of putting a stop in, I covered. I think it's going to make another move down, guys, Splunk. Stock doesn't do, stock doesn't do what Splunk did without fading more. It usually makes a curl up now and then makes a secondary move down. And if it does make the secondary move down, 64.50 is not without reason. What I'm going to do is, because it's bouncing, I'm going to put out an offer to short. And it's short at 68. It's not letting me, right, I got my 68 short. There you go. I just got filled on the 68 short. I think it gets all the way extended up here and then goes down again, because that's the way Splunk is. Okay, guys, there goes the Splunkster. I got to put my bid to cover in. Bid to cover. I'm going to put it way down here. Guys, Facebook putting in a higher low. Keep an eye on Facebook for the higher low. There goes the Splunkster. Holy Splunkamole. Oh, I just made some money. Come on, Splunkster. You can get to 14 or whatever price I have, 14 cents. I just covered a little bit more. Uh-oh, running out of shares, Splunkster. I shorted more just to get more shares so that I could stay in the trade in case it takes out my 14. Guys, get ready for the Splunkster to get just kiboshed. If it goes through 14, if it goes through the whole number of 65, next stop 63. Okay, I just covered some more, guys. It's going through 65, guys. I'm going to cover some at 79. Oh, covered some at 70. I still got 50 shares. How did that happen? Woo! Guys, let me show you something. This is for Splunk. Wait a second. I'm going to put on my audio player. I'm down to 25 shares, guys. Not bad, $156 and never really had that much risk. I mean, at most, I mean, I did lose some money on the first trade. All right, guys, now I'm pretty much done with the worry, right? This trade is riskless. It really can't hurt me in any way. I mean, my average cost, for God's sakes, is my entry price was $65.83. Okay. You know what? What the hell? Just freaking cover it. I covered it. I'm done with Splunk, guys. $155 on one trade. Not bad. But hopefully, guys, I wanted you to see how I managed the trade. Okay, some of you had asked for some trade management lessons, so I did a little trade management lesson on that one. Okay, so $155. I did lose money on the first part of the trade because it snapped up and I put in a limit order when it was against me instead of a stop order. So even I screw up with keystrokes. Okay. And that's it.